The following podcast is fan-made and in no way associated with Steam, Valve Corporation, or your mother. Also, it contains highly explicit language, so get the fuck out if you don't want to hear it.
You're listening to the Late Night Steamer podcast, Steam Gaming, with character.
Holy crap, it's that time again. Welcome everybody to the Late Night Steamer podcast. Woo!
Yay!
Part of the Geek Insomnia Network, where we put the sensual in non-consensual. This is Season 4, Episode 76, recorded live on January 4th of 2014. I am your unfaithful host, Sir Viper4580. With me this week, no judging, with me this week is DJ Pimp Daddy.
What? Oh, hi.
We also got the one, the only Linux for life.
What's up? And we're live with Kim this time.
I know, you can actually
This is
see
new
our
this
beautiful
season.
faces. Yeah.
This is the one we submit to Valve.
This
And I
is
think
definitely the one.
this is the first time anybody's seen me live.
Yeah, dude, usually, like... Dude, I found out what you look like last week, and how long have we been talking? How long have we been talking? Also with us this week, we have Geek Culture Andy. Welcome back, good sir.
Later on, you'll expire when you die in a fire. Regret the plans that you made when forming that raid that's wiping in the stupid firelands. All my World of Warcraft references are 3 years out of date. Sorry.
Aw, that
What-
was good.
I like
Thank you.
that,
Thank
actually.
you.
That
I
was
did
that
too.
was nice.
I workshopped that for a good half hour.
I miss Firelands.
Good to be back with
Also,
you, yes.
speaking of Firelands, we have the token female gamer, Tanakila.
Hey.
Hey, you get the logo. You don't even get to get shown.
Hang on, the camera's
Just,
on. You're going to have to
Yeah.
prove to us that you're a female.
Yeah, there we go. There we
Hey,
go.
hold on. There you go.
And
we
YouTube
just-
pulls that down.
Yeah, we just got a flag. We're done. God damn it.
What?
Twitch. Hey, wait a minute. That's what people are getting kicked off from PS4 on Twitch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to it a little later on. Hey Andy,
Yes, indeed.
our sponsor this week.
Indeed. We have a new self-help book that we have self-published called The Late Night Steamer Complete Dummy's Guide to Driving in the Midwest in January for People Who Have Never Seen Snow Before. Sounds like an interesting book.
That does.
Chapters cover such topics as Chapter 1, the correct human reaction to encountering tiny amounts of frozen water when you are in a 2-ton vehicle traveling at 70 miles an hour is not mortal terror and sudden lane changes. Chapter 3, yes, we understand that it's cold, and we don't wish to hear any more of your wet-lipped moron commentary about it. That's why we invented houses and heating.
Why death? Ah!
They get better. Chapter 7. Just because you see brake lights from a car in your lane that is 2 freeway exits ahead of you doesn't mean that you must or even should stomp on your own brakes. Chapter 12 is slightly racist. It's basically just a list of 416 reasons why elderly Asian people should just stay inside until June-ish, maybe July. Yeah. And, of course, Chapter 69. They painted those goddamn lines on the goddamn road for a goddamn reason, so start paying some goddamn attention to them right now, goddammit! That may have been all from recent personal experiences. So hopefully
Maybe.
the LNS self-help book, The Complete Dummy's Guide to Driving in the Midwest in January for people who've never seen snow before, will be our future sponsor next week as well. All right, that's all the prepared material. We're
Great.
wrinkling it up.
I felt like an outsider when I was driving in Chicago.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, there's snow on the ground. They're like, so speed up. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they'll actually honk at you. But yeah, see, here's the funny thing. I actually was driving yesterday, and we've actually had some really bad snowstorms over here in Chicago, like to the point where it's really scary to drive, actually.
Yeah.
And for once, and like ever, I actually had a point where people were driving too slow. They were just driving too slow, and like there was actually some roads that were perfectly plowed, looked great. I mean, it was totally manageable. But they're all like, "Nope, I'm gonna drive 15 miles per hour on a 45 road. It's cool, man."
And there's nobody in front
That's what it's been like in Massachusetts.
I can imagine. It's like every
Everybody's a
day in
grandma.
Massachusetts. Don't lie.
And the thing of it is, we don't even have Randark on with us tonight, and he's the one who's probably getting it the worst of any of us. Upstate New York. I mean, he's probably living in an igloo at this point, just kind of crusted around his home.
No, he's traveling. He lets his wife deal with it.
Between the MAME cabinet and the igloo around his house. Oh, she's really getting a rough deal there.
You have an appendix comment in chat.
Oh, yeah, there's an appendix in there
Appendix
for you.
A, just push the nutters into the ditch and snowdrifts.
Nice.
There
If it steers, it clears. Get the hell off my road.
There you go. All right, so let us go ahead and move on to the first section of the show, and that is, as always, the steaming pile of news. That's not showing the text. Yeah, fail on my part.
Such
There we go. That's on it.
such enthusiasm.
Such enthusiasm indeed. Like I said, I'm using a new program for
He'll get better.
streaming here, so
Let the audience note that I nailed my part. I'm
you
done.
did.
So.
You had it. You had it. All right. So we changed this section up. We're not going to talk about every single game that came out on Steam. Instead, we actually have stuff to discuss. So Con+Alt+Delete was last month, and we did a panel over there. DJ was there, Tana was there, I was there. Andy was not there.
Yep, it was kind of disappointing. As best I can determine what happened, that's not a joke. It's literally as best I can determine what happened.
Did you guys go out to a bar with Fondre?
No, but it's ironically similar. I was dog sitting for some friends of mine, and I woke up and let the dogs out. Their dogs out at about.
Wait. Who let the dogs out?
Sounds like the worst dog
Why
noises
can't I
ever. You
remember
guys
any other
failed
lines
horribly.
in that song? Who let the dogs out?
I did.
Anyway, so I'm pretty sure what happened is I let the dogs out and I let them back in, and they got some water on the wood floors of the place that I was staying at, and I took a spill and boinked my head and got a very severe concussion. And the things about very severe concussions is that when you get one, it kind of creates this like 15-second time bubble around the beginning and the end of the event that it makes you functionally amnesiac. And so, I woke up the next morning, I had a giant headache and a bruise that was about 2 square feet, not even kidding. It was like dick to asshole, hip to, and hip to armpit on my right side, and a chipped tooth. And I was like, I have no idea how any of this happened. So, I mean, I either crashed into something or just fell. And, I went to the ER, and they were like, okay. And that's the thing with the ER. They just want to get rid of you. They want to hear what your symptoms are and just get you out the door.
Are you dying? No. Then get out.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. I was like, look, I can't stop puking. I've got this giant bruise on my side where I have no idea where it came from, and my head hurts. And they were like, okay, here's some painkillers and an antiemetic, which is something that makes you not throw up. And they sent me home. And I spent the 2 weeks after that just trying to figure out what the F happened to me, because I couldn't figure out, because, like I said, there was that little kind of amnesia time bubble around it, and the doctors kept telling me nothing was wrong. And then finally, I decided to be smart and start writing down all of my symptoms as I was having them. And then I put them into WebMD, and no, I'm not. I'm not kidding.
WebMD saves lives. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, well, I cross-checked it with Wikipedia, because that's very efficient.
Because that can't be edited by anybody.
Right? Exactly. But literally, there are like 30 symptoms of having a severe concussion, and I nailed like 29 of them. And finally, I went to a different doctor, and I was like, look, this has happened, and 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 this has happened. And it really seems like that's what happened to me. And she was like, yeah, basically, you're correct. Yeah, you absolutely had a very severe concussion. We can't diagnose it at this point because it's 2 weeks out. from when it actually happened, and that was 2 weeks of shitting yourself in terror, thinking you're going to die. Not like in the existential sense, like in the I'm going to die right now sort of sense.
Jesus.
Aw.
And so finally it got correctly diagnosed, and I just bonked myself on the head, and I missed Con+Alt+Delete, which I was so looking forward to that. Pissed me off.
Yeah.
But-
Aw.
And I just bonked myself in the head really bad, and it felt like basically this is how I described it to a friend of mine, that I got about 30 IQ points knocked out of my head about a month ago, and I'm getting about a half point back a week, or excuse me, about a half point back a day. So I'm not good, I'm not normal, I'm not correct, but I'm getting closer, and I'm feeling better every day. So that's the upside to this.
Well, the good news, as long as you're improving.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
I mean, you sound good, man, and
Yeah.
I know you're faking it, and I really
Well.
appreciate you coming on the show.
least
there
it
was a
didn't
reason why I
involve-
sent you the email that said
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
gotta
going to
talk,
be on the
yeah.
show for a couple of
No.
weeks because I was a
Okay.
tard. I mean, okay. I'll tell you the funny story from it. One of the symptoms of concussion is something called loss of executive motor function, which basically means that you can't make plans, and even if you can make plans, you can't execute them. So I woke up about a week after this happened, and this is before I knew what was going on still. I woke up and I was like, okay, here's what I got to do. Brush my teeth, take a shower, perform hygiene,
Perform
put on clothes.
hygiene.
Yeah, put on deodorant and
Shit
stuff
shave
like that.
shower.
Yeah, yes.
Freshen up. Type
Yeah,
of
the
thing.
3 S's.
Yes. Poop was probably on there. Yeah. And then, put on clothes and comb my hair. And flash forward 5 minutes after I make this plan, I am standing naked in my kitchen, having not accomplished any of these tasks, looking at my hand that is holding a hairbrush going, I'm not sure what this thing is for, but it was important very recently to me.
Oh no.
Wow.
I know, it's terrifying. It was literally the experience of going
Oh, shit.
insane. And fortunately, that only happened twice, and it hasn't happened for, the better part of 3 weeks now. But, oh, man.
Woke up
That
in
was
a
rough, 'cause I
supermarket
didn't know what was going
outside
on.
of Albuquerque, naked.
Right? With tiny whities hanging off the rearview mirror. Sure, yes.
Aw.
Lab coat.
Oh,
that-
man.
Dude, and what's fucked up is after all those weird movies you guys review, like Primer and Donnie Darko and all
Right.
that, I bet you were just having moments. You're just like-
Yeah.
You're waiting for the rabbit to be like, "Hello, Andy."
That's not too far off. So anyway,
That's scary.
I apologize for my delinquency in appearing on the show recently, but like I said, things are trending upward. So good news on that. Hey, this is a show about video games. Scott, what's up?
Well, if you would have came to Chicago, you probably would have fallen down in the bathroom and conked your head because there was some beer drinking.
Okay.
Yeah. There's some mad partying in DJ's room.
Oh, the
This was
tower.
before I got there, of course.
There was
Before I
beer
got
cans, there was beer cans everywhere, and Scott was in the room too. So
Oh yeah, there was beer there, like already gone by the time I got there. There was so many beers that they created the Tower of Sauron in the bathroom. That did look great. But DJ decides to show me the Tower of Sauron as I wake up, and when I wake up, I'm not a nice person. I'm
Nope.
not a friendly person at all.
Nope.
And he's all like, "Get the fuck out of bed." I'm like, "You fucking piece of shit." I was
no. What
yeah.
was exciting was in the middle of the night after you left, it crashed.
Oh, did
Like it woke me up at 3 a.m. All I heard was beer cans going. And literally after I got startled awake and I knew what it was, I just sat there laughing. I'm like, fucking Frodo.
And then DJ woke up in the kitchen of the suite, staring at the beer can in his hand, going, I think this was important. And we're back, baby. Yeah! Love it!
Yeah. It all comes full circle.
Oh.
So
Oh,
that
my
was the
goodness.
recap of Con+Alt+Delete.
Well,
No.
yeah, I guess. Most of other recaps from Con+Alt+Delete was all the interviews we took. We still got to put those up, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
We got one of Mad Moxie, a.k.a. Titties.
She had nice titties.
I think she's probably like 17 though, so I'm probably gonna go to jail for saying.
Yeah,
that.
probably.
Oh, well, anyway.
You can look, you just can't touch.
I don't even think
I
you
don't
can
think you can
look.
look.
I don't
Can't
even think
look.
they let you look. It's all like.
Well, I can look.
Well, you can look because you look 17, so it works out. But yeah, so we had some interviews with them. We had interviews with the vocalist for V's for Villains, Mr. Agitator, who was pretty cool. We still got to put all those up, and we will over time. Please be patient.
Scott went all mental in the elevator.
Oh yeah, Doug Walker, aka the guy with the glasses, aka the nostalgic movie critic, aka he has way too many fucking aliases. We ended up actually riding on the elevator with him at one point, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I'm shoulder to shoulder with Doug Walker."
Yeah, it was like a packed elevator, and he got crushed between Scott and I, and Scott's just like, I love your stuff. He's coming all over himself, and the 3-floor elevator ride was awkwardly long, so it's just like...
It was awkward for you, because you had no clue who the hell he was.
Because he's
but,
talking
like,
to you, and his back's turned to me, and I'm like, now's my chance.
Now it's my chance.
Scott was like, DJ, kill that guy before he turns any less awesome. And DJ was like,
I mean, he seemed like a humble guy. He seems retardedly nice for a guy who does nothing but scream at stuff in his videos. So, you know, what are you going to do?
Man after my own heart.
He thought it was weird when I licked his neck, but, you know.
Oh, he liked it. He liked it.
He just didn't want to admit it.
Women in Chicago.
Yeah.
YOLO.
If they're from Boys Town. Anyway.
I mean, killed Andy.
You killed Andy, is what happened.
I'm okay.
So, we did the panel. I guess before we talk about that, we went to a panel, all of us. It was Randark's wife, DJ, and me. We went to this panel about teaching kids with video games, and that was actually incredibly informative, and it was an interesting discussion. We actually was able to con the boyfriend of the person hosting the panel into getting to our panel, so that worked out.
Nice.
Yeah. So we did our panel, and we basically resorted to making fun of our audience for about an hour because the poor saps picked us of all panels to go to.
Well, they branded you wrong. Wasn't that the thing? That they branded you as like all ages, and it was definitely supposed to be a mature panel.
Yeah, we said it as supposed to be an 18-plus panel. They did not mark us as an 18-plus panel. And they weren't even checking badges at the door anyway. I mean, even if it was marked 18-plus, people were walking into other
I don't know if they
panels
had
anyway.
enough staff because it was their first year for the con.
I don't think the staff gave a fuck. I think that's what it really boiled down to. Like, I'm not trying to Con+Alt+Delete was great. I did have a good time. Don't get me wrong, but I honestly think that like the staff just did not give a fuck. I remember Tana had to pick up her badge on Saturday, and they closed down registration early, mind you. So we had to go into ConOps to get our badge. And the guy was like totally confused as to what the hell he was supposed to do. Like we like, she needs a badge, and like honestly, they weren't even checking it anyway, so it probably wouldn't have fucking mattered. She could have put like a dildo on a fucking string, and they would have counted that as a badge. But we went in there to get her badge, and the guy's just like, I don't know what to do.
And they're like, did you buy it now? Or like, did you pre-order? I'm like, I pre-ordered it. Me and my friend here, we pre-ordered our badge. Like, I need an ID, please. And he sits there, walks out the back somewhere. I'm like, what are these people doing?
It's stealing your identity.
I know. I
news.
showed up straight from a drill because I had drill that weekend. So I'm in my military uniform, and I was like really upset already. So, and then he finally comes back with the badge. You're like, where'd she go? And I'm like, I was against the wall going, you can't see me. You can't see me.
Try to catch me.
He just looked at me
Dance
like,
all day.
I don't get it. And I'm like, oh my god.
Yes. My badge actually says Late Night Steamer Podcast.
I know. He actually put Late Night Steamer on his badge because he
It's
didn't
so
realize
tiny
that when it
nobody
said name,
realized
it meant your name. So DJ went around as Mr. LNS.
That's right.
But it was a good time, though. I think the video's on YouTube, so everyone can check it out.
Someday that badge will actually be worth something.
Yeah, maybe. Snake Eyes in chat says, badges. We don't need no stinking badges.
Badges.
Just like all the MineCon badges and.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's always the thing with cons like that. You assume that everybody there that's running them is like an expert at stuff, and no, they're just shitheels that wanted to go to the con too and got in for free by volunteering to check fake badges. So whatevs.
Gotcha. So moving along, Con+Alt+Delete was fun. We'll probably do another panel, but we'll see. Yeah, the only way I want to do another panel is if we have all of the hosts. You know, it was fun. Don't get me wrong. Even though we had a hostile crowd, everyone was throwing punches. We were throwing them right back. We had a lot of good time.
We had a good ovation at the end.
Mainly two 14-year-old boys were throwing punches.
And Scott's used to doing performance, so he was able to punch right back quite effectively and get everything under control. So
would have been a few less punches if the host actually brought some material too.
We just brought modem sounds. Okay.
we brought material. It didn't last as long as we hoped. Is what happened.
It lasted a fucking 45 minutes, dude. It was like all the show was.
That's like 30 minutes.
We had 30 minutes of prepared material, and then we had like 25 minutes of Q&A because we just didn't have anything else. Thank God people in the crowd actually
also video
asking,
games.
Yeah. Thank God people actually started asking about like video games and stuff like that, because then it finally actually made sense. You know, like
definitely.
There were good questions going on. So it was less, dick jokes and more gaming talk.
But I think overall it was decent, and it was a good learning experience.
Indeed.
Definitely.
Indeed. So yeah, it can only go uphill from here.
Yay.
Hopefully, it won't be pushed.
Oh wow.
We got a guy in chat, Zelda Addict. He was at the panel.
Cool.
I'm so sorry.
Maybe that's the 14-year-old that was punching your nuts.
Oh, probably.
He's back for more.
He's back for more. He's like, oh God, this is the podcast?
Like, I'll bite your ankles off.
How is this put on the internet? How did you get clearance to put this on the internet?
Barely do.
All right, so yeah, we'll definitely do a panel at another time. Maybe next year at Con+Alt+Delete when they actually do stuff like check badges and stuff. Moving on, we have a brand new GameVox server that we just got. We have switched away from Mumble and we're now using GameVox. The program is available over at GameVox.com, and we will give out the address to our voice chat server later on. So for those Zelda addicts in chat's like, you made fun of me and my friend. That was a lot of people I made fun of. You're gonna have to be a little more specific than that. Okay. Zelda Addict was the guy who had the Hound shirt on. DJ.
DJ dropped.
We lost DJ. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you now, Zelda Addict. I think I made fun of your friend more than I made fun of you. You seemed okay. But anywho,
he's just trying to dig the hole a little deeper.
Yeah.
This audience isn't going to alienate itself. Viper to the rescue.
So we got a GameVox server now, and basically the reason why we switched over to GameVox is that it's got better security. The system as a whole is designed better. You have a friends list that you can use to track your friends and follow them into rooms, willingly. And make sure everything's kosher.
Little dark rooms.
Little dark rooms. Giggity.
Yeah.
All of the servers are hosted by GameVox themselves. You don't have to go through some third-party service to get a server, and it's actually really cheap too. So definitely check out GameVox. I definitely think that they will be an excellent choice for our voice communications, and you'll know why we got that set up a little later on. But definitely go ahead and get that. Now, Linux, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What, good sir, are your New Year's resolutions?
New Year's resolution. I didn't really make any real resolutions per se, but mainly my New Year's resolution basically was, one of them was to return to LNS, which I have.
Yeah.
So, as you can tell, I'm here.
Thank God, too.
Yay!
As well as we're going to relaunch Minecraft Uncensored.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
Fire
I'm looking
pistols in the
forward to that. He can't do the soundboard, so he's gonna do other crap.
And also going to try to
DJ
be,
improvising.
basic and be more part of the Geek Insomnia Network. Basically all around, just trying to get all of this stuff that I've been doing, kind of periodically back, on track, on schedule, and it's going to be tough, but I want to get it done. So.
Well, you got the drive to make it happen.
Yeah, I got. Well,
You could.
I gotta say, there's
enthusiasm, Shatner-like almost.
I gotta say, a lot of the help on the back end, especially with me lately, has been Scott. So I gotta say thanks, buddy. So.
Oh man, anytime, dude. Anytime.
Huge
Scott's pretty good at helping
congratulatory
on the
fuck
back
you.
end.
Hey, well, DJ, since we got you back in the call, New Year's resolutions. What are yours?
Apparently, I'm going to run a fucking Ethernet cable around the room.
Yeah, until you stop dropping.
To the other room back there. No, my internet, the entire connection went down. Like as an IT guy, I fucking traced it all the way back to the router. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong?
Dude, some IP config and shit.
Yeah, I'm like,
Going into terminal.
I just went in there and unplugged it and plugged it back in. I'm just like, let's just reset I literally reset the entire thing all the way to the computer.
So as an IT guy, the shitty-ass advice that you gave everybody else for the last 10 years of unplug it and fucking plug it back in again was the only thing that worked for you.
But if I'm giving advice, I tell you to do it 3 times.
Okay.
You have to do it 3 times. That's the only way it works. You do it 3 times. So.
Ow.
Okay, so
With an
I do have a couple New Year's resolutions that are sort of LNS Geek Insomnia related. One, I definitely want to try to push some more videos to our YouTube. I know Linux had,
Yes, sir.
Linux had even said something about on his channel streaming one a day. I'm like, yeah, I did that last year. That really sucked. Not that extreme, but I do want to, as I'm sort of stepping back a little bit from actually doing the weekend streaming with you guys, but as a result, I do want to actually do a lot of back-end shit on the Geek Insomnia side. So once we get Scott and we've had talks about redoing the Geek Insomnia site itself, and he's like negotiating right now with a WordPress developer that he's friends with, and we'll show that when it comes to fruition. But having said that, I'm excited to actually start pushing content to that once we get that working. So, and of course, I'm going to be talent scouting for other shows. So, I've got to expand the catalog.
So the Geek Insomnia Network family can get just a little bit bigger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But as far as gaming this year,
Like my penis.
Speaking of penis, no.
Oh.
As
Time's
for
like,
gaming this year,
that's definitely going to get bigger.
All right, you won.
Oh.
gaming this year, I'm actually going to, like, this entire Steam sale, I've only purchased gifts for other people. I haven't bought one single thing for myself, and I'm happy about that. And I think this year I'm actually going to really try to, like, I'm going to try to beat more games than I buy this year.
There you go.
That's my New Year's.
Your wallet will appreciate that one.
Yeah.
No more looking at Steve going, here's my wallet.
Well,
Shut up and take my money!
when you're just like, oh, it's a Steam sale, and you're like, I have everything. Like, shit, now what?
Yeah,
So,
I definitely I felt you there on that one this time around.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody last night was sending, or it was the night before, they were sending me messages on Steam, because I was in Minecraft, ironically. They said, you're going to lose your Steam globes, man, your snow globes, you got to use them. And I'm like, why? I'm like, I don't need them.
Yeah, the trading cards thing I don't get either, but
I pretty much sold all the cards that I got to buy more games. And it worked out actually really nicely. When you got, like, really early on in the sale, if you sold the cards, like, they were going for a pretty good amount, like, especially the foils. The foils we were able to sell for, like, almost $5. And that's like 2 fucking games, you know?
yeah.
So like I was selling the globes, no problem. But I think DJ, I think I'm right there with you. This year was probably the first time that I spent more money on the Steam sale gifting than I did buying. I bought like quite a few games for myself, but they were all really cheap. Like I didn't buy anything that I was too expensive, but it was all games that I was interested in. I followed my wish list a lot more this year than I did any other year.
Oh wait! I did actually purchase what is it? Not GTA, the Saints Row 4.
Saints Row 4.
I finally bought that. Like it was in the low. It was at the right price point. I'm like, I'll buy that.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I did. I think I spent like $75, but it was on you fuck faces.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what? Any other resolutions, or is that about it?
No, I think that's about it for you fuck sticks.
Andy. What about you, man?
Well, I got to get back on Steam and start playing more games. Tana was very generous in gifting me 4 or 5 games, pretty much the entire Castle Crasher series.
Yep.
Yeah.
Over
Yes,
the holiday
thank you
break.
for the pink night, Tana.
You're welcome. You look sexy in it.
So yeah, I've got to get back in there a little more. But like I said, I boinked my head, and one of the things the doctor said was, avoid TV, avoid computers until you start feeling normal again, because you get overstimulated. So I've been pretty much just off Steam for the last month or so. But yeah, I have, at least 15, 20 games on there now that I haven't even played at all. So I'm hoping to get caught up a little more. Especially with respect to the show. Dude, there's only 40 in the library, and there's 20 I haven't played.
There's 40 in the library. You actually have a really high chance of beating all of them, unlike Scott and I.
That's a plan. That's a plan. Okay, there's the resolution. DJ, you've solidified that for me. Thank you.
Yeah, if I even tried to make a resolution like that to beat every single game in my library, I would need to take off of work the entire year.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Last year I tried to install all of my games.
Oh no!
And I
Flash forward 3 weeks.
I almost did it. Like, it had a 2 terabyte external drive and almost everything fit on there.
Jeez.
And then, you start putting, like, Train Sim on there, and it's, like, 24 gigs. And you're just like, oh. It's like, it's Trains! How many gigabytes does it take?
Yeah, I know. You gotta, like, set up a NAS and just, like, install all of your games on your NAS just to like, get all of them on there. Get like a 4 terabyte network attached storage going, and it's just like.
Wife was like, "What's all this blinking stuff? It's making fan noises." Never you mind.
Never you mind.
There's actually another resolution. I'm going to convince DJ that tower defense games are fun, and I'm going to have DJ convince me that train sim games are fun.
No. My 5-year-old is now on the Wild West section of Plants vs. Zombies 2.
Oh.
And like
Competition, I see.
I couldn't make it past the level 7 on the first stage. Like, I fucking suck at that game, Brains.
But that's the downside of fatherhood. Eventually, the son eclipses the father.
The student becomes the teacher.
Right, so that's it for me.
Gotcha.
Tana, did we get yours in?
I'm gonna get Tana, and then I'll do
sorry.
mine.
Yep.
I haven't actually thought about it at all until I was at work today, because it was very slow at work, so I was thinking about it a little bit. I got about a couple more semesters left for my bachelor's degree, so I want to focus on that and try to...
Fine, choose the noble goals. God.
I'm actually going to try to get A's in my classes this time versus just barely scraping just to get by, just to get passing.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to try harder. And I'm... What? Yeah, okay, whatever. That's what
And
she
I believe
said.
we just had a video fact check.
Oh my
you
God.
try harder.
This year, her New Year's resolution is to slap the shit out of Viper live.
Yeah, that sounds
Since we
about
have
right.
cameras now.
That sounds about right. There will be more domestic
Spousal
violence.
abuse. Spousal abuse.
More domestic violence.
So, and also I have a
Info.
few...
Welcome to the room.
Yeah, my foe.
I also have a few classes left for my web design certification from another college I'm working on too. So I want to work on that. And hopefully move out of my parents' house this
Any
year at some point.
WordPress classes you're in?
I actually
WordPress, actually.
Actually, for one online class I did for web design, I actually took that class. We actually worked on WordPress, and I made a site for myself for the class.
Mm-hmm.
But when the class was over, he wiped his drive, so we lost all of our content. The site I just worked on.
Lost bronyfuckers.com. Damn it!
Damn it! The way I liked it. No! I was so upset.
Bronyfuckers.com was going to be great, too.
So, but, yeah,
Oldpeoplehumping.net was going to make me $1 million.
I know how the site works. I took one class in it, but I probably still need a little more tweaking around with it to know all the bells and whistles.
That's good.
As far as my resolutions, I'm actually probably going to college this year, actually.
Whoa, what?
What?
Yeah, Tana helped me
Her?
a few...
Thanks, Donna. How many fucking props do you have? It's just
He's like
ridiculous
Carrot Top.
Right?
And all the kids are like, oh, who the fuck is Carrot Top?
DJ just shows up to the podcast with a fucking steamer trunk full of puppets.
But yeah, Tana helped me out a lot as far as getting quite a few things in order, and I will probably be going to college this year.
Awesome.
And I haven't completely determined if I want to go for broadcasting or if I want to do programming, but one or the other I will probably end up falling into. So.
Be outward and exciting, or live as a hermit with carpal tunnel for the rest of your life.
Well,
It's Gandalf the drunk!
It's not yours to choose with the way that you go to college.
the Minecraft server does need a programmer.
There you go. Apparently I'll be taking Java.
Sysadmin / securities guys.
Yeah. Apparently I'll be taking Java. Anyway.
Oh my god. Fucking the new guy in chat, Zelda Addict, just linked ponydemondick.net.
Oh my god!
Together at last.
I'm clicking it. Hang
Oh
on.
my god!
No, don't do it, don't do it!
You're the IT guy. You can't do that. That's a terrible mistake.
He's also now.
Thank God
us.
for incognito web searches. My wife, do you believe she saw the...
Thanks, girl.
Your wife's gonna look at your
Yeah.
browser history, go, "What the hell have you been
Yeah,
doing?"
once your wife sees that, she's gonna be like, Pony
That'll be
Demon
the-
Dick, really?
That'll be the end of DJ.
Jesus.
We'll never see him ever again.
You know, at this point, I've got a feeling that she's just pretty much used to it at this point.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's ironic. My wife and I we're starting a podcast of our own, but it has absolutely nothing to do with gaming at all. So, like, I'm not going to even advertise it on this channel.
Even though you just did.
You guys are forbidden.
Oh,
Aww.
sad face.
It's gonna go on Geek Insomnia.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
most likely.
I don't.
Cooking with the cinematic queen of Cincinnati. But yeah, so college, and also I want to try and help LNS and Geek Insomnia Network get to bigger and better heights as much as humanly possible, and that is one of my big goals. And of course, Minecraft Uncensored, which is I've put a lot of fucking work into already by now. So you're fucking stuck with me now, Linux.
I knew the limp days would eventually come back in them.
Oh God.
I'm gonna commit to at least doing one more LP for you guys, but yeah, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I really never thought I would ever actually start working on a fucking public server ever again. and now, like, for the past few days, I've been working on permissions, and it's just like, oh, permissions. It's awful.
Yeah.
God damn it, man. But yeah, so that's my resolutions. Moving on, there was an interesting article on Steam machines on the time. Real quick. Voila. Have any of you guys read this article? Or am I going to basically have to... The silence answers it for me.
No.
So
People in chat are calling
basically-
for Linux the unicorn.
Oh, the unicorn. Go get the unicorn. Go get the unicorn. So Valve has not set an official release.
All right,
date.
she's gone. Let's talk shit about her.
That
shit,
wasn't
she's
very
back.
far at all.
It was. We cuddle with it. That's why.
It was just like, hey, hang on, let me go downstairs, open a box.
All right.
Ah!
Yeah. So they have not set an official release date for the Steam boxes, but they basically say beginning of 2014 is essentially what they're looking at. So sometime soon, you would
What
hope.
was sort of on the topic? What was the outcome of your like dual booting your machine?
Oh, it worked.
It did work.
It did work. It was really stupid though. What I had to do is I had to create a shadow drive that was a terabyte big, and then install the operating system. And the operating system was like not even a gig. So like once I installed the shadow drive, I reduced the partition down, and after that it worked perfectly fine.
Weird.
I had to take a terabyte out just for the fucking
Yeah, I think
shadow drive to work.
yeah, they set either 500 or 1 terabyte as the minimum
Damn.
storage.
Wow.
Well, yeah, because they want to give you adequate space to
Yeah,
install
and-
games.
And a lot of the minimums they're setting are mainly for the manufacturers that are just gonna plop this thing on a rig. So because they don't want
I
Steam,
guess that makes sense. Yeah.
they don't want SteamOS looking like a piece of crap because the hardware is shit.
Yeah,
Because
makes sense.
on like on my gaming drive on my PC or my Mac, my Windows 7, the partition's only 30 gigs, but
Yeah.
I use that Steam tool and I put it on an external drive. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was like, it'd freak out if I gave it 30 gigs. Huh?
But yeah, it worked out. I was able to get TF2 on there, played that for a little bit. It plays nice. I mean, it was pretty much just as good as when I was playing it on PC. So I couldn't complain too much there. I didn't have to really go driver crazy, pretty much install well. The only thing that I lost was my laptop function keys, but that was kind of expected with Linux on there. So
Yeah.
I did find a way to get to the desktop. There is a way to mess with the settings to get into a desktop mode, so you can use Steam machines to do Linux-type stuff. So it is possible.
Yeah, you can get to the desktop. They did strip some of the back-end stuff out of there, though. But
Oh, yeah.
you could install it if you want.
Can we yum and vi?
it's
What?
it's
What?
Debian. It's Debian, so it's all apt.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Fuck that noise.
But yeah, they've got both support for NVIDIA and AMD in there, so it should work fairly well.
Yeah.
There.
I don't understand anything that's been said for the last 5 minutes.
It's okay. We'll catch you up to speed afterwards. So games, they're saying that there's nearly 3,000 games that'll be available on Steam for the GameVox. And imagine that about 2,995 of those are going to be indie.
Yes. Yeah, right.
It's going to be another Ouya thing.
I think for now, but as long as if Gabe Newell can really get developers to consider doing Linux versions of their games,
Yeah.
I honestly feel like there's a lot of room for improvement on here.
Dude,
The
as
other
soon as
thing,
Bethesda gets on board, I'm not even going to touch it.
the other thing that will be interesting, and I don't know if they can really pull it off because it still ties up, say, your main PC, but that network gameplay, if they can get that to work really well, there might be a market for that as that kind of, even though it's not a natively playing on the Steam machine, but if it's working well over that network, it would
I just
draw
don't.
some additional attention.
I just don't think that we're at a point where cloud gaming is really going to take off, though. Like that.
It's not. It's
not on
it's,
a big way.
It's local. You can't do it over like WAN. It only can be over LAN.
Okay, I see what
Um,
you're saying.
I
But
can't do it over my 4G connection.
no, the problem is though it requires a gigabit network. not everybody.
Developers.
Not everybody.
Cough.
But not everybody has gigabit networks, So I think, and especially for consumers, it's going to be tough to say, "Oh, you need a gigabit network." They're going to be like, "I need a what?"
But the thing of it is, they've been kind of pitching that in commercials, from the 3G network to the 4G network, and that's complete bullshit. Like, Europe has an actual 3G network. Here, it's just, in the United States at least, it's just a branding term at this point. It's just like, shitty 56K modem, functionally.
My phone has a good point in chat. He says, I don't know who they're aiming Steam machines. PC gamers already have PCs or will just build their own PC. And console gamers already have consoles that are cheaper anyways.
Well, and that's the big question is, can you get the Steam machine?
I'm looking at the specs for the Steam machine. I'm like, shit, that's what I just upgraded from 4 years ago.
But the question is, can you make that Steam machine at a price point people buy it?
Can it run Minecraft? That's the dipstick.
My feeling is they're not going to be able to make it a machine that's worth anything and sell it for, say, $100. Because Valve's not going to want to take a loss on it.
It's not going to be like the one laptop per child fucking shit where it's like crap top.
Like Amazon with Kindle, especially at the beginning, they were taking a loss on all their products, but because they knew they were going to make them back. The problem with Steam is 90% of the people out there, I guarantee you, that's got to be about the percentage, buy Steam games at next to nothing.
Yeah.
So they can't guarantee that revenue. So they're going to have to make some money off these machines. And I just, unless they're just going to say, oh, here's the first Steam machine, and now it's up to OEM manufacturers to deal with whatever's coming after that.
Well, here's the thing. I agree with a lot of what you guys are saying, but I think that Steam machines right now aren't probably going to be a big deal. Like when they come out, it's going to be like, oh, okay, cool, Valve put out a console, yeah. And especially with it being Linux, it's going to be a lot of games that you either already played on PC or you might have bought like the orange box on the Xbox 360 and went, okay, this is
Realm of the Mad God, yeah.
But I think like later on down the road, what Valve wants to do is turn the Steam machine into like a stepping stone. I think that they want to allow people. God damn it, DJ, shut the fuck up, man. God. Jesus. But yeah,
people were talking about Half-Life 3 already. Conspiracy in the chat room.
Yeah, Half-Life 3, it's confirmed, actually. Anyway, but yeah, so I think it's going to be a good stepping stone later on down the road when people actually really get sick of like the Xbox One controversy and the PS4 blue lights of death. I'm not saying that PCs obviously don't deal with any of these issues, but they're more manageable. And later on down the road, you're also going to realize that when you have a 360, when you have a PS3 or a PS4 or an Xbox One, you're going to be paying those premium prices for those games. And when you start looking at some of the prices that Steam, sells their games at, it's going to make a world of difference.
Yep.
So yeah, okay, maybe I'll have to drop $200 more to get a Steam machine versus an Xbox One, but at the end of the day, when I'm buying $60 games from GameStop versus paying $10 on a sale at Steam.
The guys in chat is saying exactly that. He said he thinks once they hammer out the details and they hit mass production, it'll come down to probably slightly more than the current consoles, with the advantage of the Steam store as opposed to shell out $60 for any new game.
What the other thing is, besides what console,
I do fucking agree with that statement.
What console can you open that's on the market right now and actually replace the hardware in it?
True. Legally, no. There's none out there, really.
Fuck with the code.
Yeah.
And that's actually a topic that's come up on the show before, is that pretty much every single gaming platform that exists right now, be it, whatever Nintendo releases or whatever Sony releases or whatever Steam releases, is attempting to vie to be, your OS for gaming. And I think that's what this Steambox thing is going to be, too. They're just fighting to say, okay, they're, the equivalent of buying a Ford Fusion rather than a Toyota Tercel or something like that. I think they're just trying to trying to compete for being your interface with regards to a gaming community. And I think that market's getting really crowded really fast.
Yeah.
And it frustrates me that we kind of have to pick a side, because I think we're all kind of pretty veteran PC gamers, where we kind of got everything we wanted and just kind of filtered it in. And now it seems like that, services like Steam and Xbox and all that stuff are just kind of filtering us out. So.
Yeah, I gotta say, I came from console to PC gaming. And it's definitely a switch I appreciated. But as a Linux user, it was also not originally it was not a switch that was very nice, because I basically had to eat myself and say, yep, I gotta run Windows because I want to play X, Y, and Z.
Who likes Minesweeper? Whee!
Yes, I am running Windows on my Mac.
So I definitely appreciate where this is going, because this has even though it's smaller titles, it's not AAA titles. It has brought a ton of games over to Linux side. So
yeah,
definitely nice to see the and I think I think AAA titles, the amount of money they need to sink into one single title is a huge amount. So they're going to be later, but as more and more of these smaller companies bring in these games, the AAA titles are going to have to follow in behind, because it's a market they're going to lose otherwise.
Yeah.
And the Steam platform, despite the fact that they instituted the kind of paywall for actually uploading your games, seems like a kind of democratizing influence as well. So
yeah.
I guess that's probably a good thing.
Yeah. Also, I can't remember a single console that ever hit the market with at least 3,000 games to choose from, even if they are indie, Most game consoles that come out, they got maybe 10 or 12 games that are released with
60 tops.
With 2 that are playable and the rest are filler, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least the Valve games alone are good enough. And Team Fortress 2 is free right out of the box. So, I mean, that alone is really a good deal that you really have to appreciate. Also, I think one of the things that will really help out later on down the road, and this has been a big issue with consoles, is that when you have a next gen, sort of like with the Xbox One, a lot of these next gen consoles now aren't backwards compatible. So you're not going to be able to play, a lot of your 360 games, or if you have the PS4, you're not going to be able to play your PS3 games unless you do the whole stupid Gaikai service, which don't even get me started on that. But with Steam machines, the Steam library has been universal since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
So you get down the road where you end up buying another Steam machine that's better, better graphics, better quality. Your library is still going to be there, and I think that's something that's going to translate to consoles a lot better than PC users going to it. Yeah, because I just don't think that the Steam machine is really marketed to PC audiences. And
for sake of argument, though, I do have to appreciate more of GOG's model, where they guarantee the game will work.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I have run into the past year probably half a dozen experiences where I had to dick with something to get the game to work right.
Compatibility mode and that kind of bullshit.
Fucking half of them were fucking THQ games.
Yeah, but you also got to realize that you're talking about games, like a lot of these games on GOG that are being sold are all basically run through DOSBox. I mean, they don't have to worry about the different platforms being developed for it. So they could put DOSBox settings and boom, it works out. Versus
I just
the Steam
wish
library
Steam would be a little bit better about maintaining.
Right,
shit.
but I think what DJ is saying is that with GOG, they're actually going ahead and doing that work on the front end rather than you having to fuck around to do it on the back end when you download
they have
it.
Or searching for
the games wouldn't be
forum
playable nonetheless. But if somebody who's using an old frickin' Pentium 2 to load Steam, those games are going to work perfectly fine for them because Steam doesn't exactly have system requirements to run. So Steam can't exactly do things like that. You're comparing apples to oranges, really, in that case. At least from my visual perspective.
Sure.
I'm not saying I'm the definitive word on gaming by any means, but
Even the Humble guys, their Humble bundles pretty much are cross-platform for the most part. And even when the games aren't, they develop the Linux version. But that's why you don't see the main Humble Indie Pack come out all the time, because it takes a ton of work.
Oh, yeah.
And with the amount of stuff that Steam puts out, game-wise, there would just be no realistic way to do that.
Yeah,
Kind of, testing and stuff.
for sure.
So we're changing the podcast over to Origin Cast.
Oh, fuck no, that's even worse.
Speaking of, I would like to point out to the listening audience that we are an hour into the show, and we are about
Yeah, we're
four
still
lines
in
into our show
haven't
notes at this
entered the
point.
show yet.
Yeah, we're just going to share the link to the...
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to do it. So if someone wants to do
It's
it,
a fucking
let's
unicorn
share.
doing that. Okay.
I
No
think-
podcast listener, I hear you
I
like
think
listening
it'd
to
be nice-
podcasts, so we put a
Unicorn.
podcast into your
yeah.
listening hole.
For the Steam, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
For the Steam machines, for the Steam machine stuff, I think this is a topic we should, once we get some more knowledge of the Steam machines that are coming and stuff.
Mhm.
I think with CES you might see a couple announced there as well over the next week. Might be a good topic to bring up for a roundtable discussion at some point in the future.
So, should we just go ahead and skip these next two then and move on to the next section?
Sure.
Yeah,
All
'cause-
right.
yeah. Otherwise, we're going to be here all night.
Yeah, we're going to be here
on
for
one section.
Yeah.
All right, so DJ, take it away.
Continue. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 3.
Numbers get weird. Are you a bad enough dude to save the president?
Okay. This week we're talking about continue, and then a string of numbers with a question mark. You are a dead, failed video game character wandering through the recesses of random access memory trying to find peace in the final moments of your existence before being deleted forever. But forget that. The real story of continue, question mark, is an existential metaphor that explores the finite nature of existence and the beauty of tyranny of our desires within it.
You totally wrote this, didn't you?
I did not.
Oh,
For fans
really?
of cerebral games such as Gone Home, The Novelist, and Papers, Please, it is available on Linux, Mac, and PC. $9.99, and it is on sale right now, $2 off till the 10th. Now, this is by Jason Oda, and he is the dude who made Skrillex Quest. Jesus
Anybody
Christ.
play that one other than me?
Yeah,
If
I
you
played
have
that.
not played Skrillex Quest, go
Fuck
the
that
fuck
game.
to Google
What?
and play
Fuck
some
that
Skrillex.
game.
Oh.
What?
It's fucking terrible.
Oh.
Fuck you! How is that game terrible?
Awful.
Dude, it's Skrillex Quest.
It's like
Skrillex
playing
Quest
Doom
was
You're a
2
fucking- okay.
in 2014.
You probably 1 hate Zelda and 2 hate Skrillex, so fuck you.
Yeah, well, one of those two are true.
And there's a Zelda guy. There's a Zelda guy in the chat room. He's gonna kick your ass.
Well, no, he's on my side. He's got the part that I like.
Okay, so it does have some bullet points, box bullet points here. It contains a random variety of gameplay styles, overhead action RPG, side-scrolling, and puzzle. And if you watch the trailer, the long trailer, you can definitely see it even goes in like some fucking like asteroids type shooty thing. It's like it goes really abstract for a few minutes. What is it with the fucking Linux unicorn? Okay. It is a
It
decent
apparently
show.
wants me. I can't help the fact that I'm a sexy bitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's
I did not know about this until I saw the document today. And after watching it, I'm like, oh, that's definitely going on the wish list because it looks fucking fantastic and slightly depressing.
It looks incredibly depressing. That was the funniest part about it. Like, I was like watching this LP done by what is it, Robot Panda,
Yeah.
and which is actually really good. Like it's not even really an LP. It's more like an introduction into the game.
Yeah.
And while he was playing a game, I was just kind of looking at it, going, "Oh my god, this game's so depressing. You're practically like fighting your way through purgatory."
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, whoa.
Well, it actually had moments that sort of reminded me of like the emotions that when you were playing like Dante's Inferno on PS3,
Yeah.
where like your soul is being ripped from you and you're fighting to get it back, and like everything you know and everything you love is just being taken away, and you're just like, oh god, like this is gonna be a fucking excellent game. They should put this on Wii. So.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, it is on iOS, so we should put the finger up. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I did watch the Robot Panda, his LP of it. Did a good job on that. And I also read through a lot of the comments, and it was kind of a mixed bag of comments. But it's definitely, watching the LP, I can definitely see it's a game not for everybody.
Oh God, no.
There's definitely references that if you're not into computer stuff, you probably won't even fucking understand.
It's gonna be so abstract.
Yeah, so I can see some of what the negative comments are saying and stuff, and it definitely those are definitely people that the game was not built for. It's definitely a niche market game, not a game for the mass.
And that's kind of funny because I thought the same thing, but those sorts of games are the ones that usually I really enjoy. And when I was watching the Let's Play trailer, I mean, I was about 5 minutes in where I was just rolling my eyes and making the jerk-off motion, just like, okay, whatever. But
Whatever.
It certainly shot high. I don't know if it.
If you didn't hit the ceiling, you're not trying.
Well, if you only got
Anyway, we're going to try to make less dick jokes in the future. I think we decided on that. Thanks, Tomocon. I think it kind of aimed high, but I just kind of thought it looked like it missed the mark a little bit.
To be fair, if you only got 5 minutes in, though, 3.5 minutes of that was just the intro.
On Steam, they actually have like the fucking full intro, and it's seriously like 3 or 4 minutes long.
Yeah,
you're watching it, you're like,
long
what
intro.
the fuck? But yeah, it had a ton of like weird symbolism in the intro video, where like at one point you had like the fates were being cut, where you had like the links to your JS files,
Script,
like all of your fucking soul was being cut away, and then there's that weird scene where it's almost like you're on the river Styx, and then you got fucking beamed up, where I don't know, it was out there.
Yeah,
it's definitely. I think it's definitely a game that you can't necessarily sit there and watch a video of. You definitely have to get in and play it to get a grasp of what it is.
I like the
And
fact
I don't
that
think
it
I want
variates,
to
though.
watch an LP. Like, I just want to play it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's $7.99. It's pretty cheap, so pick it up now while it's $2 off.
But that goes against my not buying games this year.
Well,
Gift.
Dude, DJ, that policy worked really well for me last year. I didn't buy anything on Steam, and suddenly I have a library that's like double in size, just like, pretending that I'm poor and sad.
Wah,
Oh, if only I had Kerbal Space Program, sad face.
See what you did there.
did anyone you watched the video Linux, right?
Yeah, Pandas. I watched Pandas video. Yeah.
Did you notice that the prison music sounded a lot like Perfect Dark? It had that same feel to it.
Same feel, yeah. It definitely did. Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. I mean, Perfect Dark's one of my favorite games. That's probably why it instantly came up for me. But like that song sounded like something straight out of like the CI building, and I was like, oh fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So, Andy, why don't we go ahead and move on to the Greenlight spotlight that we have this week?
Sure.
It'll take us 60 minutes.
We'll probably chop this one down a little bit. Our Greenlight spotlight this week is a game that I found on Steam Greenlight called Stomping Land. Excuse me, The Stomping Land. The trailer is available at thestompingland.com. And basically what it is very revisionist history about humans, kind of in the bow and arrow, sling and rock stage of their evolution, fighting and harvesting dinosaurs from the Jurassic era. And the thing that really struck me about this is that, most of the Steam games that we see come along are just, kind of retro pixelated stuff.
Yeah, retro-bit games.
Yeah, exactly. And this one wasn't. This one looks like they had a lot of artistic participation involved in it. Because basically, you have to make a little tribe of prehistoric humans that are somehow alive in the Triassic era. And And,
Gunther Corp says it perfectly. He says, Turok meets Skyrim?
Exactly.
There you go.
Ironically enough, how many of those words are in the fucking show notes that I wrote?
Yeah.
Really? Turok, right there. Skyrim, right there.
Skyrimish.
Exactly. Yeah, Skyrimish, indeed. But yeah, it looks really, really neat. You have to kind of form a team of cavemen that really don't have very good weapons, but the only thing that they can hunt is the dinosaurs, and they can either tame them or take them down and turn them into meat and stuff like that.
And attach fucking lasers and shit.
Yeah, right?
Take on the fucking sharks, finally.
Yeah.
Okay.
The shark laser guys?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, basically,
mod
like
pack.
what I thought about. Anyway, I said the game was called Stomping Land. It's developed by Supercrit LLC. They had a Kickstarter promotion that was trying to raise $20,000, and that was for the single developer. They raised about $100,000. And the developer hired on a bunch of what appears to be really talented graphic artists
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
to make this game look super awesome. He got like a 7-person team to come along with him. So
Wow.
On their forums, they
It
actually
is greenlit.
yeah,
it is greenlit.
Yep.
On their forums, they pretty much are documenting the whole development process, and almost all their artwork is there to look at, and it is amazing detail that is going into this game.
Did you look at like the concept art sketches
Yeah,
and stuff?
yeah.
That it's fantastic.
crazy.
It's brilliant. I totally
It's
want to get that
definitely
guy
a
in the
game
show.
I wish I knew about the Kickstarter when it was active. That was for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been nice to see this game actually looks like it would have fit. They were hoping, one of their stretch goals was 200K. If they got up that high, they would have developed it for the Oculus Rift, and I think that would have been kind of cool with this kind of game.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. I
So,
would
yeah.
play this on the Oculus Rift like
Yeah.
a motherfucker.
Yeah, this one looks like a lot of fun. It's like kind of a less linear version of Turok the Dinosaur Hunter. Dinosaur rope and rodeo, basically. You have to use very, very unuseful tools to bring down dinosaurs, and you either harvest them for meat or ride them for fun.
I did like when he tamed the T-Rex. And
Yeah, right?
Just sits there riding a T-Rex.
And they just point at him and make fun of his tiny little hands. You can't
Yeah.
catch me!
Slap fight, slap fight, slap fight.
Indeed.
A couple comments from chat. We got Zelda Attic who says, "Forget social studies. It's time to hunt dinosaurs."
Yeah! Hell yeah!
Yeah.
my
Myfo says, "I want to tame a T-Rex, and then I will have it fetch my beer and close the door and stupid stuff like that." Yeah, if you
Okay,
can
so
fit a
basically you want
T-Rex
to
in
be
your
a slave
house.
master.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good of you.
You get a T-Rex in your house. Good God.
Yeah, it was kind of funny
Shut
when
up,
I was...
Linux. Shut up, Linux. Shut up, Linux.
Unicorn. It was kind of funny in some of the gameplay videos. They interviewed the guy who designed the dinosaur models for it, and he was like, "Okay, look, I know the famous ones that were in Jurassic Park. We're getting the not so famous dinosaurs to be available in this one." So it looks really sweet. I haven't really. They have several videos, but not many of them look very gameplay-ish, and I'm kind of the gameplay guy on that one.
Yeah.
So I hope it turns out good, but I've got my fingers crossed, but I'm not holding my breath. Let's just put it that way.
Definitely the videos I've seen, they're definitely far from a game that's playable.
Yeah.
And it's a MMO game. It's not. It's going to be a multiplayer online game, and that's
Okay.
it's not. Doesn't seem like it's going to be a single player game by any extent.
Is this like a Kerbal Space Program development where it looks really crude, but it's got some fucked up, awesome, thing to it, and then hopefully in a year it's gonna be polished as shit.
No, that's the
We're gonna be sitting here like, we can land on the
I think
fucking
it's
moon.
already polished. It just needs to get the gameplay.
I think-
worked out.
No,
Yeah.
but that's the thing, DJ. It looks polished.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a AAA title at this point.
They just need
So-
the gameplay.
Yep. So we'll see. So I'm gonna keep my eye on that one. Stomping Land. There you go. Yep.
Sweet deal. All right, Linux, take us into the next section, man.
Inside our Steam box. I don't have a Steam box, so I can't tell you what's inside my Steam box.
Here we go.
Tana, please demonstrate.
Please demonstrate. So let's start with Scott. What games have you been playing this week?
Oh, me? Oh,
Yeah.
I've just been playing a little known game called Minecraft.
Wait, what is this Minecraft that you speak of?
Well, I'm glad you asked. This Minecraft game allows you to create a world and anything you want.
Like
Anything
fucking
can
horses
happen.
that fucking run upside down?
Even horses that run upside down if you name them Dinnerbone, yes. But yeah, I've been playing some Minecraft. I actually also got a 3DS for Christmas.
Nice.
So I put some Cave Story on that and been playing that. I beat it on Steam, but I went ahead and I got it for the 3DS as well. And it's been really, really fun. So I enjoy that game, and it's got multiple endings. So this will give me a time to actually, get all the different endings.
Nice.
I also been playing a lot of WWE 2K14 because, god damn it, I love that game. It's awesome. I finally have made my created wrestler Scott Viper, which I'm sure doesn't shock anybody. My created wrestler has become more powerful than Brock Lesnar, and he's half the weight.
Is he like
I'm guessing it's basically 99% Doink the Clown.
Is he like
Yeah.
a stick with fabulous hair?
He's got blue hair. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. He is a fabulous gothy gentleman, let me tell you. The one thing I really do like about WWE 2K14 this year, though, is that they really did work on the creative process quite a bit this year. So the character really looks good, and I'm happy that they finally actually got it to where the announcer will say my name too. It's really cool.
Nice.
You got freaking Justin Roberts going, and now Scott Viper. It's like it's word. But yeah, he'll actually say it and everything, and it's fun. I like it.
Nice.
Also, I've been playing some Diablo 3 with Tana.
I'm sorry.
I love Diablo 3. I was the god of thunder in that game too.
I know.
Yeah!
Rock
and roll!
It's like all over the place.
And rock and roll.
There
We
we
were
go.
trying to play Minecraft one night, and she's playing Diablo in the background on like some TeamSpeak or something, and oh my god, just the
I thought you were going to
just
talk
the
about the
one-sided
other story.
conversation we were picking up was epic. So
I thought you were going
Is
to
that
talk
how I was
about the
playing
other
with my
story.
sister?
Yeah, when you were playing with your sister. I thought you were going to talk about when I went into your chicken pen, DJ.
and we're not going to bring that up.
Oh, we're not going to talk about how I
He's still
got a
sore about
thunder
that
and
one.
killed all your chickens.
No.
So DJ, while you're speaking, why don't you tell us what you've been playing?
I have been playing this indie game called Minecraft. I think is that how you pronounce it?
Mojang's not indie anymore.
You mine and then you.
Mojang is not indie
No,
anymore.
we've been playing Feed the Beast Horizons, which is far superior to vanilla Minecraft in every way. Even though there's no goddamn fucking electricity.
There is. There's no quarries. That's your real complaint.
Yeah, so it's definitely for the Horizons pack is more of a. It's got magic and it's got some random other mods. And for a group of guys that we've been playing on technical packs,
Yeah.
not having the
We've
machines
just
is
been
definitely
destroying the Earth.
tough.
And then suddenly we're like, wait, we got to use magic? Fuck this. No. So my big story is I got a fucking new video card. So yeah, I bought like a high-end medium range video card where it was like
High-end medium range. I like
Well,
that.
yeah, below it was below the $300 range.
Yeah.
the $200 to $300 range. That's like
Wait, I
high
thought
medium.
I thought you had a Mac. I thought you just throw those out and buy a new one when
Yeah,
it wasn't working.
Yeah, the $5,000 trash can just came out.
Oh, get it all out. It's the No, see, I have a Mac Pro, which means I can actually
Pro.
put parts in it, unlike the other Macs where
Well, the new
you're
Mac-
fucked.
The new Mac is a
my
Mac
wife's
Pro, just a
MacBook
trash
Pro.
can.
My wife's MacBook Pro is unupgradable.
Yeah, because all the
Yeah.
components are glued.
Yeah. Now in mine, the CPUs are soldered to the motherboard, so you can't replace those. But I upped my RAM to 32 gigs of RAM, and then I have a new 3 gigabyte video card that is fucking smoking hot. Like the first thing I did when I got it is I fucking put on Skyrim, and I put everything all the way up, the sliders.
So
And I was just running around just like, oh.
And then it crashed, and then you threw it in the dumpster.
No.
The end. Sorry, Mac. Goodbye.
Why don't you tell us what video card that is? Because since
Hang on, I got the box right here.
oh, there you go. See, look at that.
Show and tell.
Show and tell.
It's a GeForce GTX 760
Look at that.
by EVGA.
I can't say I got a 780, but I can tell you my processor can't handle the 780 to be honest.
Well, you know, and literally my big point was on the Mac Pro that I have, I was only limited to specific types of cables that could be plugged in. You know how like you have to power the video cards now?
Yeah.
Mac Pro just doesn't have a lot of fucking extra power jacks. So I did.
I'm just picturing you plugging like those fucking black, white, and red
God.
RCA cables into it. Being like, I hope this shit works. Other than that,
No. Dude, there was a lot of fucking research that went into this video card. I'm like, this is the video card I need. It wasn't like I could just buy any video card.
Yeah,
I had to get a very specific one.
Yeah,
Macs are
stuff,
very fucking finicky.
Yeah.
So, but it was a good pick because I can now play everything except for fucking Minecraft in like full jacked up settings.
Except for Minecraft.
Fucking goddamn, what is it with Minecraft? Okay, so having said that, I went back and I finally finished Medal of Honor. Yay. Okay, that game, despite it being an EA game, I gotta give that game props. Like, I was a little emotional at the ending, so good single-player story. Fuck the multiplayer. I'm halfway through Homefront, and it's very similar, but instead of fighting, the Taliban, you're fighting North Koreans.
Yeah.
And during the lovely trip to Chicago, somehow, while I was really drunk one night in the hotel, I started playing Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
For the first time ever. And
I want to hear about this.
And I don't know how far I am into the game, but I've only been playing it drunk.
Okay. That's probably appropriate.
That's the only way I
point.
could tolerate that. So, yeah. Yeah, that's where I am. So.
All right, Andy, what you been up to?
Nothing.
Yeah, I figured that was going to be your answer.
Yeah, sorry about that. Like I said, my doctor said don't watch too many screens. Try to get a lot of rest and get this concussion out of your brain.
I can't imagine.
He woke up in his fucking lockup inside of his time machine and realized that it had worked.
Yeah,
so.
Yep. So bad times.
playing
I got nothing to
Patient
offer on
Doctor.
this one. What's that?
You've been playing Patient and Doctor.
Right, exactly.
You should play Surgeon Simulator, because that's...
Right? But as the patient and
Or
having
visceral
a surgeon
cleanup,
just
anything.
butcher me.
Visceral cleanup, Andy's house.
Right?
Surgeon
Was all this
Simulator.
blood coming out of your ear? Who knows? Hey, go home. Take a painkiller.
You don't need this kidney.
Right? You were born with two, asshole. Now get out of here.
Tana, what you been up to?
Well, let's see. Steam, I've been playing Fairy Solitaire.
Fairy
Droplets.
Solitaire?
Yeah. I know. I like it, though. I got Airmech, Team Fortress 2, Lucid, Viscera
Yes.
Cleanup Detail Santa's Rampage. That was actually kind of fun.
Oh my god, that's the Duck Hunt gun. How many
Yes, it
fucking
is.
props do you have?
He has everything.
Oh my god. Then Puzzler World, Monster Loves You from Steam. And then also World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, and Diablo 3. And then on my phone, I've been playing Heroes of Dragon Age.
How is
I don't know where
Hearthstone?
it is.
I actually just got my beta key the other day for Hearthstone.
Oh, I personally like the game. I play it a lot.
Yeah.
And the ranked play can get a little challenging sometimes. There's a lot of OP players out there maxing different cards.
Scott's impression says all. Now he's doing something to a unicorn that I'm not sure is appropriate.
Nah. I was watching that the Brony Demon Dick website. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden it just got me hard. I gotta say.
I don't know. Linux wants you now.
Ah. Anyway.
All right, that's our show. See you later.
Yeah.
I like Hearthstone. I like it because
I'm
of
glad
how
we
casual you
committed
can
to
take it.
not doing, sidetracks this year.
Yeah. I'm glad we
Says
did
the
that.
2-hour show.
Let me
Yeah.
fire up
I just
the,
gotta
sound
say,
effects
the one
panel.
that sidetracked the show the most is actually sitting right next to him. So.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hang on. Scott promised me one of these.
Yep.
Okay,
There
we
you
go.
go.
There's you. That's one.
You earned it.
You earned it. That's right. So what about you, Linux?
Minecraft, that's a given. I mean, I kind of have a commitment to that, I guess, at some level. And then, let's see, hold on. I gotta look at the damn title. The Hobbit Kingdoms, actually on my Android phone. It's kind of like a...
Fuck that game.
Yeah,
Dude, delete that as fast as you can.
It's already deleted. Because my uncle
fuck
goes...
that thing.
My uncle goes, here's a game that is decent. I said, all right, cool. So I downloaded it, played it a little bit, and I swear to God, I got just out of the beginning protection stage.
And then you just get raped.
Got fucking raped. Absolutely demolished. And I had a good-sized army coming out of protection, and I'm like, oh, okay, it'll be good. No.
And then it's
I must have slept
suggests, like, would you like to buy additional days of protection?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is it one of those base building games where you have
Yes.
to like build an army?
Yeah.
It literally has nothing to do with the Lord of the Rings.
No.
They sort of bolted the Lord of the Rings on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been playing games like that since Ebony, which was another game that came
Oh,
out
I
like that.
played that too.
I played Ebony too, yeah.
Yeah, there was
I think
a
the
few
only
others
good
before
point
that
was
too.
The iOS version was free, and I never bought any like updates
Oh
or
yeah,
anything. So
most of them are free.
I didn't feel bad about deleting
For-
it maliciously. Just like fuck you.
And I knew going into it, because I played Ebony, I knew going into it what I was getting into, because like Ebony, I actually was one of those players that I probably spent about $300 on Ebony.
Oh shit, dude.
And to be able to sustain anything in those kind of games, you need to live, breathe, eat that game, and
you
that's
gotta be
it.
looking at that game all the time.
Yeah.
It got
And-
Last time I
and
played
that's-
a game like this was like fucking Mafia Wars on Facebook.
And that's what happened. You know, I got everything built up, and then, I went to bed, and then by the time 4 hours rolled around, when I woke up next, everything was gone. So I'm like, yep, that I remember why I quit Ebony a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, just a little bit of Death Star. That's my toilet game of choice.
nice.
Is it cold where you are, Andy?
Yeah, a little. I put the hoodie on.
Other than that, that's about it, right? Actually,
hot. I'm gonna take my shirt off. Hang on.
Nope.
A game called Stonehearth. I actually backed it on Kickstarter.
Writing off the back of the particularly popular Hearthstone, it's Stonehearth.
I was like, where
How
have
about
you
these words, but in reverse?
It's in basic alpha. I was actually going to do a little video, like kind of LNS's first kind of 15-minute look at it. I'm not going to do it yet because you can't do it because it's just they basically built the engine, slapped a few mechanics onto work, and that's it.
Gotcha.
So it's not really much of anything, and I don't want to say, oh, this game's shit on something that's definitely it may even be considered pre-alpha. They basically got it out on the December 31st, and that's kind of what they promised Kickstarter their alpha backers. So I think it was we got the engine done, we got a few things slapped. Here you guys go. We delivered on our promise. But other than that, that's all I've been really playing this week. So.
Well, hey DJ, you said you wanted to talk about a Lotro fan giveaway.
Haha! Everybody go out to flamingbard.wordpress.com. One of our fans, she's commented a lot on our Twitter feed at least. Her name is Rainey. She has given away a copy of the Testament of Sherlock Holmes. All you have to do is go out to her website and just leave a comment on the thread, and you could get a free Steam game. So, yay, free games! And fucking comment on her. She's really into those fucking games, and I just cannot get into them for whatever reason. That's just me. So I did not comment because I'm going to leave myself out of this. But everybody go out there and check out her site. She's got some good stuff. And if you're a Lotro fan, you probably already know her anyway. So
There you go.
she's quite vocal in the Lotro community. So
And DJ would be the only one to know that from any of us.
I did not log into Lotro in December.
What?
What?
And it's, I just been busy with fucking work. Goddamn work.
I know.
Dude, didn't I tell you about the fucking Legos? Like, I build Legos in my office.
No,
at
yeah, you
lunchtime,
told us about this off show.
And then I got a promotion, and as part of my promotion, I lost my office. So, like, now I have nowhere to put all my Legos, and I have to bring them home.
Aww.
And you're going to bring them
First world
home?
problems,
Oh,
man.
yeah. And then at Christmas time, I got the biggest set of Lego thing you could get from Lotro, from Lord of the Rings. I got the fucking ship for the Lego Lord of the Rings. It's like $200 worth of Legos, and I can't build it at work now. I don't have a desk.
And you got little kids at home, so I want to suggest.
Oh yeah, they're gonna fucking destroy that thing.
You'll never find all the pieces.
I'm gonna have to build it in secret. I'm gonna have a fucking secret underground Lego room.
As if
Secret
your
man
family
cave
didn't hate
Legos.
you enough already.
It's just like most people have like porn in their secret room or some weird fetish. No, I'm gonna have Legos.
That's
There
a
you
weird
go.
fetish.
Legos that only I touch.
Only me. All right, so with that said, let's actually go ahead and move on to the next section of the show, which is... Donna, why don't you go ahead and take it away, actually?
Sell it.
Since we skipped her
Sell it.
section.
Next we have You Cheap Bastard, the great sales first PC games. On Humble Weekly deal, you name your price for Samaros 2, Mechanarium, Loom, and Windowsill. And orders over $6 can get Shelter and Bonacula.
I think that's probably the best way to pronounce that any of us can.
Bodnicula.
What?
Repeat it. Bodnicula. So, yeah.
Botanic. I think it's Botanicula.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
Ha ha ha!
Botanicula. Here's Botacula.
See what you did there.
There you go.
And then there's a no Weekend Madness deal this week due to the holiday sales. Sales
Fucking
occurred next
sales.
week.
God
I know,
damn it.
right?
I want a sale in my sale. Yo, get on
Sale on
that.
sale.
Sale Inception.
Yo,
Sales
dog, I
section.
heard you like sales.
So we bought you a boat,
fucking
bitch.
fucking log into Steam, and on the side there's a little exhibit, and then he's like, "Yo, dog, I heard you like sales, so we put a sale in your sale."
Oh shit.
And Green Man Gaming is still having their major winter sale. Here's some Steam games at great prices.
Major.
Major.
Mortal Kombat Complete Collection, $7.49. Lego Marvel Superheroes, $14.99.
Get on it, DJ. Get on it.
Injustice Gods Among Us, $24.99. Batman Arkham Origins, $24.99. Borderlands 2 Game of the Year, $29.99. And NBA 2K14, $14.99.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basketball.
Yeah. For some reason,
Get
like
some.
NBA 2K14, there's all these people doing like YouTube Let's Plays of their career and shit. And I'm like, how bored do you have to be to watch a fake basketball game when you can watch real
Some of the
basketball?
League of Legends videos I've watched.
I can't sit through real basketball. Never mind. Somebody play a video game of it.
Let's Andy, let's go to the fucking bar. You could stand behind me with my iPhone and film me playing that fucking Golden Tee game.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah,
We'll do an LP of bar Golden Tee.
I'm sorry if this was actually
Is it
relevant to the show. I've just been typing in the chat room, exchanging Spaceballs quotes with Steak Eye Sam for like the last 5 minutes here, so I've kind of been tuned now.
Yeah, we're doing about 2 hours. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
It's all right. We got one more section, guys. One more. Bear with us.
No.
Bear with us. One more section, and then we're out of here. I know this has been ultra long.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Ah.
I can't
All right.
press the fucking.
Tana doesn't say very much, though.
Step away from it. All right. The last section we have LNS Invades. Yes, LNS
Yeah.
Invades is returning. This has been one of the most requested parts of our show that's actually come back. And I even brought back the old paint shop graphic that we
Oh
used
shit!
way back. Yeah, buddy.
Oh,
With the guy screaming balls and the snuggle truck in the background. Yeah, buddy.
that's some
That
fucking.
happened.
I had a good time making that in
I'm
Photoshop.
sure you did. I am sure you did. Yeah, so the LNS Invades will start on January 10th, which is next Friday. Or actually, it's upcoming Friday, technically.
Yep.
And the game that we're going to play is Tactical Intervention, which is a free-to-play first-person tactical shooter game. And it's got lots of cool stuff that you can do on it. They got vehicles you can drive, and I like to think of this as District 1872.
Ooh.
So I was seeing some gameplay footage of this, and it looks really good,
Now
actually.
I can run at above 40 frames per second. I might have a chance.
Although now that he just put that in that same category, it better pay up to it.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
There you go. Well, this video will give you a seizure if you watch it long enough. So, but yeah, get the game downloaded, and we will all get together on January 10th. Figure probably around 8 p.m. Eastern time. So
When I'm watching,
we'll
this
have it on
video,
our Steam group.
I have
What's
one
that?
question about this video. Do they have a cement truck?
Yes.
Sadly, I don't think they do. But I will message the developer and see if I can get that as DLC.
Find a wiki, see if they have a cement truck.
Then
Find
that
the
is
wiki, indeed. God damn it. Yeah, get that going, guys.
So anyway, well, let's dig jokes more content, right? Yeah, that's our
Yes.
plan.
Yeah, that was our plan.
That was your
That was
2-hour
our
show.
plan.
Treating you.
Good job, guys. All right. So with that said, let's wrap this damn thing up. You find our website over at www.latenightsteamer.com. We have our GameVox server, which you can find the address in the show notes because I'm not saying that. We got our network, www.geekinsomnia.com. The Geek Insomnia Network has all sorts of great shows like Geek Culture Happy Hour.
Coming back
We
soon.
got Return to the Retro, and of course Minecraft Uncensored. All great shows. You can find all of them at geekinsomnia.com. We also have a forum section where you can talk to us all on there at www.geekinsomnia.com/forums. Our YouTube channel, youtube.com/latenightsteamer, where you can see all of our LPs, all of our past episodes, all that fun stuff. You can find us on our Steam group, which is steamcommunity.com/groups/latenightsteamer. Find us on Twitter at twitter.com/LNsteamer, and of course on Facebook at facebook.com/latenightsteamer.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, the show has come to an end. And good God, has it taken way too damn long. Good God.
Sorry for
I hate you
ruining
guys.
all of your plans.
I gotta say, when I looked at the show notes, I said, nice compact show, nice, 45, 50-minute show. Here we are, an hour
we
and
wake
45 into it.
We wake up with bruises and we have no idea what the fuck happened.
Exactly.
Exactly. All right, guys. We're heading out of here. Say goodbye.
Bye.
See you
That's
guys.
what she said.
This train ain't gonna wreck itself.
Jesus Christ. The fuck?
Wow, that
What
was
the
one hell of a
fucking
show.
fuck?
All right, and the stream is stopped.
Jesus.
All sorts of what the fucking fucks and
Honestly, that wasn't too bad. I mean, it was long.
It
was
Try to
long.
defend it. Go. Try to
No,
defend that.
I am going to try to defend it, actually.
Is the Google Hangout though still recording?
Yes, it is. I'm going to stop it now.